everyone. This morning, all eyes on the House of Representatives because while you were sleeping or doing something else, the Senate voted on a plan to avert the fiscal cliff. Now, the question as we kick off 2013 is this: will the House of Representatives follow along? Congressman Jason Altmire is a Democrat from Pennsylvania. He's a blue dog Democrat, part of a dying breed there. He's a fiscal conservative, but considered to be one of the most independent voters in the House. He's also retiring at the end of this session, which means in like hours right now. So we're getting him in his waning minutes on Capitol Hill. Thank you so much for joining us and talking to us right now. Congressman Altmire, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Glad to be here.
How are you going to vote, sir?
I'm going to vote for it. I think you're going to get almost all, if not all, the Democratic votes in the House if they allow it unamended to come to the floor. I think maybe half the Republicans, slightly less than half, but certainly a majority of the House. This is going to pass today if they allow it to come up for a vote.
That's some confidence. That's some certainty and confidence, sir.
We're going to start the new year out strong.
We've had a dearth of that for a very, very long time. Look, I want to get your thoughts on something that Robert Samuelson wrote in an op-ed this morning in the Washington Post, an op-ed titled Obama's Failed Leadership, so you can see where he's going here. Quote, the main reason that we keep having these destructive and inconclusive budget confrontations is not simply that many Republicans have been intransigent on taxes. The larger cause is that Obama refuses to concede that Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid are driving future spending and deficits. So when Republicans make concessions on taxes, as they have, they get little in return. Naturally, this poisons the negotiating climate. Your thoughts? I mean, are we set up for more and more budget confrontations because of where we are with entitlements?
I think we are set up for more confrontations because of the debt ceiling, because of the annual budget. There's a fiscal year every year, and the clock strikes midnight on September 30th. You're going to be in the same place that we were last night. But the issue is not with the president. I think that's an unfair criticism. He has made concessions. He has put on the table reforms to the entitlement programs. We were very close last year to a grand bargain, a $4 trillion deficit reduction that would have included major entitlement reforms. The president has done what he needs to do. I think that's an unfair criticism.
What is then lacking, Congressman? What is the problem? Because it is a popular conservative and Republican refrain that this Congress won't get a budget together, the president won't get a budget, that you continue to do business on continuing resolutions. Where's the impasse in terms of being able to say, here are what our priorities are as a party and as a government?
The reason that there hasn't been a budget since 2009 is because of the filibuster rule in the Senate. The House, under both Republican and Democratic leadership, has been able to pass its budgets. The problem is just in the Senate because of the filibuster. But the larger issue with the entitlement programs and with big deficit reduction programs is that we just haven't had the ability as a Congress to come together on those. This wasn't necessarily the time to have this discussion facing the fiscal cliff deadline, but the debt ceiling's coming up. The budget season is coming up. I think that there is going to be some serious effort to reform entitlements, reduce the deficit, and bring down spending in the months and years ahead.
Congressman John Berman here again. As we said, this is your final day or two in the House, so you're freer to give some of your analysis right here. What do you make of President Obama, the negotiator? Because there's been a lot of criticism from the left, frankly, that he gave too much to the Republicans as this part of the deal, that he's shown them that when his back is up against the wall, he will cave. He'd been saying $250,000 was his limit all along. Now we went to $450,000. What's he like as a negotiator? Your thoughts?
Again, I don't think that's a fair criticism. This is a give-and-take negotiation. There has to be compromise. There are some on the left for whom any give at all is a failed negotiation. The president, I think, is politically the big winner here. He got what he wanted with the tax cuts. He got what he wanted with the estate tax and some of the other issues and the sequester delay. So I just think that the president, working with Senator McConnell, who did a very good job with his conference in the Senate, they all look good. We have to see if we can do our job in the House, and that's still to come today.
All right, Congressman Altmire, thank you very much. Happy New Year and good luck going forward.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, coming up, the Senate.